Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard the Fishing Machine. Right now, I'm scrummaging around right here looking for one of my favorite baits. Now, the one reason why it's my favorite bait is because they're free and they're plentiful and they're easy to catch. But this is a red wiggler. You can see the size of it. A very, very, very hardy worm. Very good worm. And this worm right here will catch anything. Now, today we're going to be doing some creek fishing. So, first of all, I'm going to explain to you what I look for to scrummage around to catch your own red wigglers. And we're going to go creek fishing. And we're going to target, I would love to target some shellcracker, but the fact of the matter is, when it comes to these red wigglers, they'll catch everything. Anything from catfish to bass, rock bass. Any species that swims in the creek is what these worms right here will catch. And the first thing that I look for to find these worms is areas where there's a lot of pine trees. If you'll notice right over here, let me turn the camera. There's a lot of pine trees. Now, these worms don't just use pine straw. They'll use leaves, other leaves and stuff like that. But what's important is that you're in an area where there's a cluster of trees, a lot of trees, that's going to keep the dead leaves moist even if it's not raining. Now, these type of worms live just up under the leaves. And a lot of times they might go about that deep oftentimes if it's dry. But these kind of worms can tolerate dry weather conditions. So normally all you have to do is find some leaves that's built up under a shade, which will hold the moisture, and scratch around with your hands. And normally, and I'm tell you what, a lot of times I'll find them where you can't pick them up quick enough. And most of the time when I use these worms, I'll pick up 100 or 150 before I'll leave, because you need that many if you're going to go creek fishing, because they're just that good of a worm. Everything will eat them, and you need plenty of them, because you're going to be bothered by little bitty fish like that constantly. And of course, every once in a while you'll catch a good one. I mean, no doubt, if you got enough bait with you. But these are the kind of areas that I look for. If you'll notice, I'll get this camera down here pretty close and I'll scratch around and show you what I'm talking about. All right, here's some right here. If you can see, it's just built up. We're just going to scratch around right here. Now you can see it's kind of moist. There's a worm right there. It's kind of moist right up under the leaves. There's another one. There's two of them. See them right there? We'll just go ahead and put them in our bucket. I'll throw them up there. We'll put them in our bucket here in a little bit. But here's another one. That's a big one right there. Look here. What one? Y'all excuse me. I'm not doing. And here's one moving right here. There he is. Okay. They're everywhere in here. And it don't look. There's even one way up here. Look at all the worms right here, folks. It don't take long at all to catch you some of these baits right here. And they're fantastic baits. Now, how do I know how to do this? Well, this is something, when I was a kid, we didn't have money just to go to Walmart or somewhere or to a bait and tackle shop. We would catch our own bait. So this is something that's learned. Oh, all my worms is, look at them, disappearing. But you can see those worms everywhere in here. If I hold the camera right, see, here's a big one right here. Look at there. He come out of nowhere. But look, already I got 5 or 6 worms done caught that quick. And I always take my feet when I do an area like that and catch them. I'll take my feet and I'll cover them back up like that, because there's a lot of them that I missed. You don't catch every one of them, I guarantee you. There's a lot of them up under the surface, 3 or 4 inches a lot of times, where the majority of them are. Now it's cloudy today, a little bit, or it is this morning, but it hadn't rained here in a while, so it's dry. But you can see how many worms. I mean, shaded areas where there's a lot of trees and it stays shaded all the time. That's what you're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I caught 5 of them in there. You can see there's 5 worms that quick. So it's not going to be any trouble for me to catch a lot more. Now this is just a little worm bucket right here, folks. Let me get this camera adjusted so y'all can see this. It's just you can make it out of anything right here, but I always like to have a top. Now I've drilled holes in this top. I drilled a hole here on the side, one here on this side, and one right here. And I just simply, I throw this together, tied a washer to it so it wouldn't, the string wouldn't pull through the hole. Did this side the same way. But you can see how I got it right there. The hose is to keep the bait in good shape. You need some air circulating in that to keep your bait in good shape. But anyway, that string is to the length to where when I throw it over my shoulder like this as I'm wading right here, I got it adjusted in perfect to where I can just unscrew the lid right here, get me a worm, put him on the hook, and screw the lid back. Okay, that's all it is to it, just a homemade bucket. This is something that, that I did when I was a kid, and it works just as good now as it ever did. All right, folks, let's catch us a bunch of worms, and let's go a-creeking. Woo. Let's get it done and go creeking. Woo! Okay, I'm going to make my lip real limber, jaws limber. That's how you have to do if you want to make that particular sound. You know, folks, the fact of the matter is the natural beauty of a lot of these creeks, small rivers, is just outstanding. There's no artist that can paint a portrait like this. Words can't describe how beautiful this is. I mean, just like in front of us, we have those geese and there's some little babies right there with them. It's beautiful. They're so peaceful that it's just unimaginable. It really is, folks. It is a blessing to be out here. What we're going to do is wade up the current, and I'm going to be looking for them. Now, the water's exceptionally clear, and it's sort of low, so we're going to have to sneak around, but I'm going to fish a very primitive way, a way that you can have a lot of fun out here and catch a lot of fish. Now, to start with, let's talk about this rod. This is a neat little rod. I catch a lot of crappie on it. It's a 7-foot Canyon Creek super ultralight rod. Now, I bought this at Dunham Sports in Albertville, Alabama, a couple years back, and it is like a fly rod. It has a parabolic type action. In other words, from the tip all the way to right here, it bends. And that's perfect for what we're doing. I got a 2000 size Johnny Morris Daiwa reel loaded with 2-pound test of vicious monofilament line. And right here, this is just a size 6 Aberdeen hook, a gold one. There's no reason for the gold. I just had some gold ones and I want to use them. That's usually the color I use for crappie. Now I've got my blue blockers on right here. These are polar optics. You can get these at Wally World, and you can really, they really cut the glare because they have these side shields. So when I put these on, can y'all see that? See how it cuts all the glare completely out. I can see everything in this water. These wigglers wiggle when they hit the water. Come here. See, he wiggled plumb out of my hands. But right through the egg sac, just like this. That's a great way right there. See him wiggling? They can't stand it. When he hits the water, that's what he's doing. Let's make a cast right there, and we'll let that bait just sweep up under there. It's very effective to do that, folks. Throw up current and just let your bait sweep down. Let's make a cast. I switched angles right here. Let's try that. There's a bite. There's a fish too. Oh my goodness. What do we got right here, folks? Boy, when I set the hook, oh my goodness, look at that pole bent. What have we got? I don't have no idea. We got him though, so far. Oh, it's a bass. Doggone bass. It could be a smallmouth. That's what it could be. Now you talking about hard to deal with something now. Look at that rod bending. That's hard to deal. That's why I like this ultralight stuff. My goodness, when I set the hook, they wouldn't no give or nothing. It would just doink. I think it's a largemouth. Let's see. I don't think it's a smallmouth. If it was a smallmouth, he'd done come up 2 or 3 times. This largemouth. Golly, he went between my... Look at here. Golly, what a pretty... Oh, he's bleached out. Beautiful fish. Come here. My goodness. Look at there, what a pretty fish, folks. This is creek fishing 101 right here. I guarantee you. Beautiful. Beautiful fish right there. Let's let him go. Go on back, boy. Anything that'll give me some fun with this ultralight's what I'm after. But let's make a cast back there. I seen a big smallmouth. Or, you know, he was 2.5, 3 pound. Here's a bite. Oh, he turned it loose. Here's another bite. Got that one. That's a good fish, whatever it is. They're all good. Every one of them's good. It's a shellcracker. Sure is. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna focus right in here. That's a good shellcracker too. Get on up here, boy. There we go. That's really my target species. Quit. Beautiful. Beautiful fish. I'm gonna throw back up in there, wouldn't y'all? There could be some more right there. Go on back, boy. There he goes. Can y'all see him swimming? All right, let's try that again. Way back up in there. There's another fish all over it. Dead, gone it. My goodness. There ain't no telling how many fish is back up in there, folks. Now, folks, what I'm showing you right here is a textbook place to catch fish. As y'all seen, there's all kinds of different species here. I've caught a largemouth, a smallmouth, a shellcracker, and look here. There's another fish. Let's see what we got. Another bass, another smallmouth. Come on in here, boy. This in here ain't very big. But there's no telling how many fish is laying up under there. They have non-eyelided lids. So a lot of these fish, if they can't get up under a rock, if you notice, we caught some shellcracker up under a rock. Those rocks, they'd come out from under that ledge or edge of those rocks and then eat the bait. They have non-eyelided eyes. Here's another fish. Look here. Got him too. Darn sure do. God. It's another smallmouth. But they do that in these real clear rivers like this. And if it's real shallow like this one is, they're going to get up under some shade. They're just going to stack up under there. And when that happens, it's just one fish after the next. And you don't never know what species. Matter of fact, I could hook a catfish at any time right here. This fish don't want to come out from under the shade. Come on. You're done, you're done. I can't. If it was up to this fish right here, okay, we got him. If it was up to him, and he ain't been about 12 inches long, but if it was up to that little smallmouth, he would fight me for half a day. That's just how strong they are. But go on back. Now, I'm wanting to catch a giant shellcracker. That's what I'm looking for. That's what we're looking for right now. There's fish. There's one. That's a better fish right here, folks. My goodness, what have we got? This acts like a catfish. There's another species for y'all. No, it's a smallmouth. It's a smallmouth. It's just this light tackle I'm using. Golly. Got that smallmouth I was talking about. Man, he was twisting around, twisting like a, what it is, this rod's so limber, he didn't feel a whole lot of resistance. And he was pulling like a, that's a good fish right here. Real good fish. Oh, he's heading for that. Come on out of there. Look here. Pretty fish right here. You gonna quit or what? Oh my goodness. Golly, he went up under my legs just like that largemouth did. A lot of difference between a smallmouth and largemouth, I guarantee you. Look at there. Let's get him out in the sun right here. Now, that right there is what it's all about right there. 2 pound test line. Now, of course, 2 pound test line, there's no doubt I'm going to retie. I mean, I've tied a Palomar knot in it, but I'm going to tell you, that bass right there stressed that little old line out. Look at the patterns on that fish. Ain't that beautiful? And there he goes. Yeah, I seen him in there, but I didn't think I'd get him to hit because he'd come out of that shade and seen me. I'm gonna lay that rod down right there and I'm gonna retie my knot. But I got him, I got them both. Woo. A Adrilogen's hit me. And I mean, I can't help it because the Adrilogen is so strong that when it hits me good, okay? Woo, woo, woo! See those floating leaves right there? It's creating a shade. All right, they could be a big old shellcracker laying up under there, or a red belly, or even a big bluegill. All three all of them. Any panfish loves a situation like that, so we're going to throw it. We're just going to ease it right there, and the current's going to go make it go up under there, up under the shade. See, look, I'm bit right here. There's a good one. Well, it ain't a real good one. Let's see what species he is. It's rock bass, little rock bass. But now that's where the bigger fish I hide a lot of times, especially in the middle of the day. They'll get up under places like that. And usually the ones that you can see, well, if I can get this one off, are going to be your smaller fish. So I expected when I got bit right there, I expected a big one. And 2 pound test line is not the way to go. If you're going to do this, you need to fish with at least 6 or 8, because a lot of times even catfish will be laying up under stuff like that. But let's put it back up under there. Now that looks like a good place right there, and I'm done bit. Now this is a good fish right here, folks. This is a real good fish right here. And it ain't a bass. It ain't a bass. Golly, let me hold it. Come on out there, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Golly, I'm gonna go after this fish. This is a big shellcracker. Got hung up in that grass. Yeah, he's a big one. Come on out there. There we go. Now that's what we're talking about right there. I'll have to come back. There ain't no doubt about it. Looky here, what a shellcracker. Golly, man, oh man. And I'm very close to where I said I'm gonna focus right in here just a little bit. There could be some more. So looky there. That's a big son of a gun right there. I know what they feel like when they get that big. Ain't that pretty? Let's let him go right here. I've muddied the water up, but there he goes. Golly, bum. You can tell a shellcracker when they get that size and bigger. You can tell it. They just got a distinctive way of pulling. I guarantee you there's another big shellcracker right here. There he is too. Yep, northern. That's how that works, folks. Golly. They'll be together. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle this one or not. Get out of that grass. This is a big one. Golly, bum, man, oh man. Oh, this is what I was wanting to do right here. We'll get out here in the sun and look at him. This is a pretty one right here. This is a pretty fish right here. I have caught all kinds of different fish today. Smallmouth, largemouth, you name it. But there's nothing to me like a shellcracker. A red ear, they're just something special about them. Wow. That is a big son of a gun right there. Look here. That is a good one right there, folks. I'm going to try it again. I mean, we're going to let him go right here. You talking about some good eating. That is delicious eating. But I didn't bring anything to put them in. Nothing. Let's let him go. There he is. Can y'all see him? Man, that's a special fish. I'm going to bait back up. See if we can't do that again. They could be a third one right there. Because normally when you catch one, there's going to be several around. I mean several. And every once in a while you'll catch a darn big one. I'm talking about. Now those are good fish. Those two that I caught right here, they're no doubt good fish, folks. But there's some in here a lot bigger than that, let me tell you that. Okay, let's let it hit the bottom. Look, I'm bit right here. I believe we're bit. Let's see. Yeah, we're bit. There's another one. Now y'all see what I'm talking about. I knew I would finally find them, but it took a lot of doings to do it. I just kept with the shade, and we'll talk about that. How important shade is in clear water. And that's all I've been fishing, the shade. This is a big one right here. That's 3 old big ones out of that same place. Come on out there. And I'm gonna tell you, if I can just hold him out of there, I'm gonna tell y'all something. They can pop this 2-pound line when they're this big right here. Come on out here, we want to take a look at you. So we're gonna walk right back out here again. That's a, boy, that's a good one. I'm excited. Golly, I am a blessed fisherman, folks. When I target a certain species, it seems like if I keep after them, I'll finally catch them. Golly. I can't tell y'all how hard this fish is fighting right here. Come on, you're done, you're done. That's 3 fish. 3 fish, folks, out of that same area. Quick. And they're all about the same size as this one. Right here. Every one of them. Oh man, don't do that. I need to retie my line, my knot. That's just 2-pound test line. But they're all that size right there. All 3 of them that I've caught. And let me say this, every one of those fish has been in the exact same spot. So a while ago I got kind of discouraged a little bit because I wasn't finding these old big devils like I wanted to. Then all of a sudden I started catching them. I just kept sticking with the pattern, and that was shade. And that's, I can't even hold on to him, he's so strong. Let's let him swim a little bit. Shade is very, very, very important when it comes to clear, ultra clear water like this. This water is gen clear. And the fish are here. It's just that you have to fish certain patterns. When it's shady like this, account of the sun, they're going to get in the shade. They're more comfortable that way, and they're going to ambush prey like that. And another one was flat rocks that's concaved on the bottom. So that's 2, and also trees that fell off in the water. So really that's 3 different things that I've done today. But the only thing is I'm just now catching the big fish, the bigger fish. But let's let this fish go right here. I'm telling you, that's a hard pulling fish. On this kind of tackle, it's second to none. Them little size 6 hooks, folks. Eagle Claw, Aberdeen, gold ones, or the others. The light wire hooks are definitely my favorite. But let's let him go. He's tuckered out. But I took care of him. I kept him in the water. Look at him right there. He's just sitting there. Special fish, in my opinion. Very special fish. Certain places will hold fish and certain places won't, folks. Now, right here we got a grass bed. You know, you can see that we're in real shallow water. It's not even knee deep right here. But this grass bed that's on this little bar is deflecting the water. Okay, pretty good current right here. Now right in behind this grass right here, there's some slack water. Now that's what you're looking for. That's another thing that you're looking for. Let me say this, folks, it's been an honor all these years on YouTube, telling y'all or showing y'all my opinions when it comes to different species of fish. I have really enjoyed it. To me, fishing is a sport second to none. I said that in the beginning, and I'm going to say that to the very end, because it is. It is peaceful out here. Look how peaceful it is. You're away from the hustle and bustle of life, and life can be very difficult sometimes. Matter of fact, it's supposed to be difficult. The reason is so we'll all come to God and depend on our Lord and Savior to make it a lot easier. And He will. But it's going to rain on the just and the unjust. But the fact of the matter is, there is no perfect person, and there's nobody who is better than anybody else. There's nobody, folks, is a good person. It states it in the Bible. It's just not in our nature. But what you can do is strive to be as good as you can be. And that's, it's hard to do. Sometimes we lose that battle. But if we do during the course of the day, all we have to do is ask forgiveness for it. But the thing about it is, don't use that as an excuse. Strive not to sin. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments, everything y'all do. Hey, woo. Listen to the bird. It is a non-stop tweedle, weedle, 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 weedle. Tweedle, weedle, 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 weedle. Hey, man, woo. I'm talking about woo. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.